So I've lost about 80 pounds on my weight loss journey, going from 252 at my heaviest to 180-ish currently. But I wanted to make this video to give you tips and tricks and talk about what to avoid doing on your weight loss, health, and fitness journey. Avoid time-based goals. I used to get on the scale and maybe I would notice a trend like, oh, I'm losing about 2 pounds a week or 1.5 pounds a week or whatever it might be. I would notice a trend and then I'd get so excited by the trend, I would start thinking about the future. Okay, if I keep losing at this exact rate, then by this date, I'm gonna weigh this much. And I'd get so excited about that. And I would have this time-based goal for having lost a certain amount of weight. And inevitably, the time would pass, I'd get there, and I'd be short of my goal. I really had to learn that I will get there when I get there. There is no need to set a time-based goal. I like setting weight-based goals, like, okay, I can't wait to hit the 180s, but I'm not gonna put parameters on it that I need to hit it by a certain date. I'm learning to live life as a healthy person. Every day that goes by is a day I get to practice the new habits and the new lifestyle that I'm planning to live forever. All I have to do is focus on today and the rest will fall into place. And having a due date just creates this unnecessary pressure and it ultimately leads to letdown, which leads to you being like, wait, maybe I'm doing it wrong. And you start to question everything. Wait, I should have lost this much. Where did I go wrong? What can I do different? I wonder if I can make up for the lost time. Now let me start restricting my calories. Now I restricted too much and I'm gonna end up in a binge. Just stop, just stop. Avoid thinking that eating less automatically means you're going to weigh less. Eating less food does not equate to weight loss. This is such a misconception. So many people actually equate the quantity of what they eat and think because their plate is small or because they only had a cup of coffee and a scone that they should be losing weight. Eating less in quantity does not mean eating less in calories. If you're the type of person that's like, I eat so little, but the weight just never comes off, it's all about the calories. You might be eating a little food, but it's calorie dense. And that's the language that your body speaks. That's the language of energy and fat and how it compounds on the body. Conversely, eating healthy doesn't mean that you get to eat more. I've fallen into this trap myself so many times. I'll clean up my diet. I'll get rid of the ultra processed foods or the super sugary drinks and I start making healthier choices, but I'm still eating a ton of food. Just because it's healthy doesn't mean it's going to result in weight loss. If you have a large serving of healthy food, it's still a large serving of calories. And remember, calories is the language that your body speaks. Switch up what you're eating, switch up how you're eating, try something new and different. Change only happens when something changes. And this is where I'd like to thank today's sponsor, BetterHelp, because therapy is all about promoting change. When it comes to changing habits, to changing who we are, sometimes we need a little extra help. And BetterHelp provides access to licensed therapists that are there for you to help you to implement any of these kind of changes. You can take the time to learn about yourself, your triggers, your habits, and even set plans forth in motion on how you can address life differently and work on your self-identity so you know that you're a person who is capable of change, that you are worth change, and that you have the power to change. And for some of us, working with a licensed professional can help us recognize and navigate those waters. Let BetterHelp give you access to forming a connection with someone who might be pivotal in your journey of change. They have an app that makes the service extremely accessible. You can message your therapist at any hour in the day. You can find people all over the world to work with to make sure they understand your background, that they've been where you've been, or they've worked with people who've had similar struggles that you had. There's a lot that you can do to make sure that every day you're showing up for yourself and trying to bridge the gap between the person that you are right now to the person that you hope to become. So if you're interested in BetterHelp, make sure to check the link in my description box. It'll be the first link there. You can click on it and you'll get a special discount off on your very first month working with the company. Again, that is betterhelp.com, HELP. Ashleysayque. And I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video and lending a helping hand, because when it comes to losing weight, to changing your life, to changing your mindset, you might need an extra helping hand. Avoid intuitive eating. I was hesitant to put this one up here because I do feel like it's a bit controversial. I've had clients that have wanted to try intuitive eating, and I've supported them in that and tried to be there with them in that. But in general, I would say avoid intuitive eating if you are intentionally looking to lose weight. Intuitive eating is not a weight loss strategy. It's about fostering a healthy relationship with food. And people who struggle being underweight can intuitively eat. People who struggle with being overweight can intuitively eat. It's for people who want to be more in tune with their body and overcome like dieting culture. Whether you're someone who excessively diets all the time and you're under eating, intuitive eating might help you to eat a bit more and you might gain weight. Whether you're someone who is overeating too much and you want to learn to listen to your body, intuitive eating might mean you end up staying and maintaining at your weight. People can do intuitive eating and lose weight, gain weight, or stay neutral. It's not meant for weight loss. So if you know you want to lose weight, intuitive eating is not the approach that you want to go for, especially if you're already overweight. Weight loss and excess fat in the body messes up our internal system. It messes up our hormones. There's a system and like hormones in the body that's meant to tell us when we're full and when we're overeating and to make us feel uncomfortable so we can stop. And that hormone is found to be decreased in people who are already obese. Like your body is already struggling to hear itself. So trying to go to intuitive eating when your intuition is all out of whack doesn't make a ton of sense. I know I grew up eating very large portion sizes and it skewed my perception for what was normal. It wasn't until I started tracking calories and looking around me and noticing what other people were eating that I noticed that my perception of normal was just way off. And this is what happens on a weight loss journey. You have to be open to questioning your worldview. Be open to questioning your idea of what's normal. The type of food you eat, the amount of food you eat, the frequency or lack thereof that you're eating. You know, even your idea of hunger. I found this chart and I give it to my clients a lot because I found it so helpful. And I think everyone who struggles with growing up and being overweight should learn to look at and question and practice. How I used to think of being hungry wasn't actually me being hungry. I was comfortable being at a level 8, 9, and 10. And anytime I get to level 7, level 6, I thought I was hungry. And that wasn't necessarily the case. I had to be open to redefining and understanding my perception of what hunger was. I'm not hungry, I just have room to eat. I'm not hungry, I just am not full. Be open to questioning your idea of normal. Mindset. This is perhaps the biggest and most important component of your journey is your mindset. Whether you're prone to more negative thinking or more positive thinking. When you look at how long it might take you to lose weight, instead of saying, oh my God, this is going to take me a whole year versus I have a year to do this. I have a whole year to figure this out, to get this done. Your mindset is key when it comes to your weight loss. And I want you to avoid a negative mindset. Avoid thinking that weight loss is key for exercise. This is something I've been guilty of. I mean, I've been guilty of all of these, which is why I made this list. But I know I've been guilty of it time and time again, and I constantly see it with people around me. Weight loss is about diet. Fitness is about your health. Of course, it's more complicated than that. But if I were to put it in the most simplest terms, and if I wanted you to walk away with a very simple understanding, that's the sentence I want you to walk away from this video with. Dieting and what you eat is for weight loss. The gym and fitness is for your health. You cannot and will never be able to out-exercise a diet. You walk on the treadmill for 30, 40 minutes on an incline, maybe burn 300 to 500 calories. That's a bag of M&Ms. That's what that was. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to dissuade you from working out. The equation for weight loss is simple. Calories in versus calories out. But it's clearly not that simple. Your ability to consume less calories means you have to gain better control over emotional regulation. It means overcoming habits and overcoming cultural norms. So even if your diet is paramount for weight loss, Physical activity and movement can still help. Regular exercise does more than just tone your body. It helps regulate hormone production. It helps you sleep better. It helps you feel better about yourself. Going through a major weight loss journey is difficult. It's emotional. And so although dieting equals weight loss and fitness equals health, fitness will still help you with all those other things. Next, I want you to avoid thinking that this is a one-size-fits-all process. People always come in with stories, this worked for my friend, this worked for my friend, this worked for that person. Okay, that's what worked for them. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Some people like to eat breakfast early in the morning, and they find that if I eat breakfast, then that means I'm less likely to binge during lunch. Eating breakfast was key for my weight loss. Good for you. Some other people find that skipping breakfast altogether helps them because if they eat too early, they feel the desire to eat more and more throughout the day. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. It's possible to lose weight in a million different ways. You can limit your carbs and lose weight. You can eat carbs and still lose weight. You can go vegan and lose weight. You can eat nothing but meat and still lose weight. It really is all about consuming less calories than you burn, and whatever diet, whatever foods, and whatever ways of eating helps you to achieve that goal, that's all that matters. You have to remember that what you eat is going to be impacting more than just the weight on your frame. What you eat impacts your gut health, your microbiome, and these things impact your mental health. Some people do diets and they'll do low carb or something and they'll report that they actually feel depressed. They feel lethargic. They lost all motivation. And it's just because of how they chose to eat. That diet does not work for them. No foods are off limits. And that's what makes this difficult, is because you have to take the time to explore, to test, and to find out what works for you. And lastly, I want to end this video on the note that I want you to avoid thinking this is going to be easy. We all start weight loss journeys and oh, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. And then you get into a groove and you start thinking it's easy. And I want you to avoid thinking that this is easy. Even when you get over the emotional hurdles, you learn how to calorie count, you understand satiety, you understand your hunger cues, you're exercising consistently. This journey can still be tedious and mentally exhausting. Like, by the very nature of this being something that you have to do for months on end until it becomes a new normal, for even years on end until it becomes a new normal. This is not easy. It's hard. If it wasn't, then everybody would do it. Remember, this is not a diet. This is you learning how to live life in a completely different way. It takes intentionality, it takes drive, it takes commitment, but I know you have it in you. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And once again, thank you to my sponsor, BetterHelp. Don't forget to check the link in the description if you're interested in checking them out, and I'll see you in the next video.